Go F yourself was a response from Heaven 17 frontman to Rockstar Games when they requested to use one of their songs in GTA 6. Quite comical, because the offer that Rockstar Games gave Heaven 17 was awful. And I'm wondering whether that's because they think that, I guess the amount of exposure is good. Maybe. I don't really know, to be honest. They're almost relying on charity from artists at this rate. The amount was absolutely pitiful. So we have this article here. And the response was brilliant. It literally was go F yourself. So Heaven 17 frontman Martin Ware reveals he rejected Rockstar Games' $7,500 offer. Now, $7,500 as an initial deal to use a song, quite good. It's not horrendous. It's quite good. And then you would expect, of course, royalties on the back end of it, wouldn't you? No, not at all. Not great. Let's take a look, shall we? Martin Ware, who is the frontman for English electro-pop band Heaven 17, revealed he rejected an offer from Rockstar Games to purchase the band's song Temptation. And it is quite literally a purchase, actually, based on how they've gone around it, for $7,500 without the possibility of royalties. Good times. So Ware posted to X, I was recently contacted by my publishers on behalf of Rockstar Games, re the possibility of using Temptation on the new Grand Theft Auto 6. Naturally excited about the immense wealth that was about to head my way, I scrolled to the bottom of the email, re the offer. It was $7,500 for a buyout of any future royalties from the game. Forever. To put this into context, Grand Theft Auto 6 has grossed $8.6 billion. Well, I guess you don't make money by giving it away. But think of the exposure. Go F yourself. I love it. I think that's great. What a great response. What an absolutely brilliant response. And it doesn't have loads and loads and loads of exposure, the song itself. But, come on. Rockstar Games' parent company Take-Two Interactive, it says here, has been bleeding cash and appears to be really counting on Grand Theft Auto 6 being a massive success. In the company's most recent financial report in August, it shared that it suffered a net loss of $262 million for the most recent quarter, despite having $1.22 billion in net bookings. That's not good, is it? How? So despite the net loss, the company's chairman and CEO, Strauss Zelnick, stated, we achieved solid first quarter results by engaging our players with exciting new game releases and content updates, while also maintaining our focus on efficiency. Our management team remains confident in our path forward, and we are reiterating our net bookings outlook for the next year of $5.55 to $5.65 billion. Wow. We're highly optimistic about our future. Our core franchises remain vibrant. Our teams are hard at work on the most ambitious development pipeline in our history. And we're evaluating continually new growth opportunities that have the ability to enhance our business model and financial profile. As we pursue our strategic priorities, we expect to achieve sequential increases in net bookings in fiscal 2026 and 2027, which we believe will drive long-term shareholder value, i.e., we're going to milk everyone dry on Grand Theft Auto 6. That is real bad. Right, genuinely, that's awful. Right, that's atrocious. It is literally, it's just purchasing the song. We're just going to purchase this song to use. Thanks very much. Not great. There were some people that left Rockstar that were pretty influential in all of the more egregious satire when it came to the games. So I don't have a lot of confidence in this, to be perfectly honest. And I thought we would go and look at the his Twitter, basically. So it says here, because this is quite interesting, people's responses are very interesting. For those claiming H17 should have accepted the extremely low offer for buyout, for Temptation in GTA 6 claiming increased exposure. An extra 1 million streams generates each writer a pitiful $1,000 each. I mean, that's real bad. Like, real bad. You know the industry better than I do, but wouldn't it be better than nothing since you made this tweet? You're getting exposure for the wrong reason. And a lot too, I would argue. Never heard of you would be a great opportunity for just one song. Really? I mean, is that really what people think? Wow. What would have been a fair offer? 70 grand a buyout or no advance required for a reasonable royalty. Yeah, I mean, for a buyout, yeah, you'd expect that to be fair. I think that's pretty fair. Or royalties, yeah. GTA 5 was intended to have 900 songs in it, but was culled to 241. 7 grand per song would put their original plan up to $67 million just for radio songs, or 18 million for the cold tracks. One can assume GTA 6 will have significantly more songs than 5. Rockstar keeps boasting that their budget was an estimated $2 billion. Their budget. $67 million on that would earmark 3% for music. That's not much. Yeah, that's true. I mean, some of these responses are really quite measured, actually. I like the replies from people that seem to think that you're just starting out and you've ruined your career. Yeah, that's quite hilarious, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of this is actually really, really fair. Again, some of these songs are pretty measured. Some of these replies are really measured. An example of genius responses I've got to rejecting a pittance to let Temptation be used in GTA 6. 8.6 billion, you're not effing entitled to any of it. I mean, they are if they want to use the song, yeah. They can put Barbie Girl in there, and it's not going to make that amount. You shout on exposure, but you would literally make money off of that. F you, you greedy, entitled. See you next Tuesday. Glad that shitty song won't be in it. I mean, that's pretty brutal, isn't it? People have become thoroughly conditioned to accept the constant scamming and that they can do absolutely nothing about it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just like consume and shut up, basically, attitude, isn't it? How bizarre. It's really bizarre that people, like, you know, I don't, looking at this guy's timeline, we clearly disagree massively on politics. You know, I think he's clearly a bit of a dumbass, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I can still look at that and go, yeah, that's ridiculous. 7.5 grand is a joke. Here it is again. I mean, 1.5 million views. I mean, pretty insane exposure. I don't know who you are, but you probably made the worst decision of your life. 7,500 seems little to you, maybe, but your music could have been part of the most anticipated game in history. You'll regret it. Probably not. Probably not at all, actually. Martin, is it too late to change your mind? GTA had around 440 songs in the last game, so really that fee for one, albeit brilliant, song is normal. Might seem low, but if they pay 7,500 each, that's 3.3 million on the music alone. The fee, in my honest opinion, is irrelevant. 200 million people. No, I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, yeah. Blocked for supporting Hamas terrorists. Fair point, to be honest. I'm not going to get too political. But anyway, greedy by nature will end up broke. I mean, but you can use that argument on Rockstar. Yeah, I mean, I think, sure, that's probably not a lot, but y'all kind of effed up. Having a song in GTA game is a long-term win. I hope you guys can negotiate this. I haven't effed up. I've worked in artists' rights advocacy for 20 years. I know the game. This is iniquitous. Yeah, I think that's fine, to be honest. It's quite comical. Genuinely comical. Genuinely comical. I think that there's definitely sort of like a bitter irony of people, yeah, sort of very clear like socialists and activists and things like that, sort of advocating for more money and things. It's very, very comical, to be honest. I do love that. But anyway, there you go. Go F yourself to Rockstar Games GTA 6. Where do you sit on this? I mean, ultimately, that is absolutely tiny amount. And the way that they've structured that offer, I mean, it is quite literally purchasing the song for just indefinite use on there. And again, it is reliant on exposure, but exposure doesn't pay your bills. So I don't know, to be honest. I mean, look, there are some songs which I would never have heard of if it were not for a GTA game. So I do agree that there is a certain amount of exposure that can come from it. But how many people buy songs anymore? It's all streams, isn't it? I buy songs, FYI. I don't have a Spotify. That would just piss me off. I don't want to be beholden to the internet to listen to my music. I'd like to download it and have it on my person at all times. So yeah, there you go. What do you guys think? Where do you sit on this? But still quite comical. I always like seeing people to fingers up to big corporations. Let me know down below. Cheers, take care. Bye-bye now.